Okay, we are recording. I'm bringing us in, and welcome back. Hey, welcome back, eh?
We're back, mate. It's been a while.
Hang on, I'm getting the. Here you go. There's a nice alcohol-free beer.
Oh, is it? I was gonna say actually, I thought you weren't drinking.
Yeah, mate. It's the old 0-0, the old Heine Blues. Lovely tipple.
Oh, nice. I'm still on the BrewDog.
Well,
Same drink from last podcast.
yeah, just supping it
Last day.
slowly all over Christmas. That one. This is the kind of thing where like you kind of convince yourself that you're happy drinking it, and you have like 2 sips. You're like, oh, that tastes like beer. Then you have the whole can. You're like, I feel no effect. This is bollocks. I'm going back to water, and then just drink water or something else. Even coffee, man. While I've tried not to be drinking, yeah, I'm just getting through coffee because it gives me a buzz. I've never even been a coffee drinker, really.
Oh, I love a coffee.
This,
But no alcohol beer. I would have it when I'm out. If I'm out with people, then it's fine because I feel like I've got a beer. I kind of feel like more comfortable and
yeah,
involved.
yeah.
And nobody really says anything. Nobody's like, "Oh, why are you not drinking?" But at home, I don't know what you're doing, mate.
Well, I actually only did it for the intro there and the opening of the can. Now it's pointless. I don't want it. So there you go. Anyway, welcome back. Happy New Year to everyone. And I think this is like a really good opportunity to say again a thank you for everyone that tuned in and supported us last year. We are back. We are going to continue to do this. And again, I think it's always helpful to like remind us and anyone who might just be tuning in or just stumble across us on Spotify or whatever it is people are listening to, that we are the Counter-Strike Casuals, and we have a casual podcast about our opinions and our observations of the game of Counter-Strike, and also the professional scene, which we try our utmost to keep in the loop with and watch. And I rarely watch any other sport other than my own football team, whereas I used to watch a lot more because I watch so much Counter-Strike. Well, Counter-Strike's replaced that. So, yeah, I guess that was what I just wanted to maybe it was good to realign ourselves to remember that we're what we're doing here, and thank you for anyone else joining us.
Yeah. Do you want to address what you're wearing before we just carry on with the podcast?
Well, again, for those that might be on audio only, we can do like an audio description of all these podcasts, right? So if you're audio only, I'm sat here in my spare room, which is a bit of a dumping ground because I am having a baby, my second baby next week. So there's like loads of baby stuff behind me, and I'm sat in my wife's pink fluffy hoodie. And I came down in it earlier. My wife said, "Are you cold?" I said, "No, it's just really comfy."
Fair enough, right? As long as you're comfy, that's all that matters.
Well, you know what? I heard a rumor that wokeness is being ended, and no one has got time for wokeness anymore, and it's the year of being not woke. Well, I'm keeping wokeness alive by being a grown man in a pink hoodie. Okay, so you can still be woke. Anyway, right? I digress.
Stay woke.
Stay woke, people. Okay, what have we been up to? It was Christmas. It was New Year. Let's forget all that. No offense, I don't care about everyone's Christmases and New Year's. We're moving on. We're back in Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike's back. You and me have been playing games. We've been pushing rank on Premier. There's still no Face It coming from the casual side yet, but we will watch this space. Nothing more to be said, maybe. But we've been playing Premier. What's the current state of the game? There's been more updates. How do you feel it is at the moment? What's your reading of in the server?
I was hoping to get way more games on over Christmas, but I got this Christmas lurgy that everyone was getting. Everyone seemed to be ill at Christmas time, and it got me. So yeah,
you've completely ignored where I said I don't care about your Christmas and New Year. You've talked about your Christmas and New Year.
Well, I was doing a big going all around the hedges. I didn't play much over Christmas, as you know, and then I started to get into it a bit more. I mean, I've not played that many games in general, especially on Premier.
I feel like we played quite well. We played more than we would. Yeah, I played fair. Well,
you have. I haven't. I mean, I've got about, what is it on that stats website? 30 wins or something.
Okay, yeah, that's not that many, is it? To be fair.
So I'm just under 10k rating. What rating are you at now?
I'm like 13.5, nearly 14, maybe.
Yeah, slowly climbing it.
Slowly climbing.
Yeah, I've got the yips at the minute. I'm playing pretty bad. But you've been on a roll for a while. Are you still on that roll. You've been playing really well.
No, I've been a bit. I'm doing my usual Diz thing, which is like I'll play 1 or 2 games at 4:3 ratio. I might be like mid of the table, and then I'll go back to 16:9, and then I play like 2 or 3 games like that. And so I can never. I'm like, I'm like with ADHD, gaming ADHD. Well, it's the same as my settings in Counter Strike. It always has been. CS:GO is the same. I will play 5 games 4:3. 5 games 16:9, and I can never settle. So I'm kind of going through that at the moment, where it's like every other game I'm changing everything up, and it's kind of resulting in some good games, some really good games, and then some average games. But in terms of the actual mechanics of Counter Strike, again, I think it's good just to check in really from a casual perspective of people like us who, we're not playing 10 games a day. We're probably playing 5 to 8 a week, if lucky. I think the game is getting better, but it is actually getting better slower than I'd hoped it would. There's still some weird movement feeling. I still get very dramatic, like rubber banding / lag spikes,
Yeah.
and the peaker's advantage still feels very heavily favoured to those with a better internet connection. And I don't have a bad internet or bad ping, but you still just can. If you've got a guy that's like attached to an internet server, and he's half man, half internet server, and he's sat there playing Counter Strike, you're gonna die a lot of the time, like to that guy, even if he's.
And yeah, it takes no skill either. They just literally rush you, and yeah, Pika's advantage is massive. We experienced that in our last game where there was no tactics from the other side. It was just run and gun, and we didn't deal with it very well. But yeah, we got annihilated.
Are you saying your utility usage was we should be using better utility, but we know that's not our forte. Maybe
Yeah.
something we can, our New Year's resolution for this year could be better utility usage. But so what I'm trying to say is I still think
The biggest things for me that they need to work on is I feel like they were taking 2 steps forward, one back, and then it might be like 3 steps forward, one back. And it
yeah.
always just seems like, oh, they're doing well, and then something crops up. Like the other day, we got into a game and all the skins were reset and all the loadouts were reset.
Oh yeah, that was weird. We all had P on CT. We all had P250 or P2000s or whatever they are.
Yeah, and then on there was one game where we couldn't connect to a server, and then eventually it worked, but we found some other people that had the same issue.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's a good point. That's a good way to put it. It's like almost, a large stride back and then half a stride back forward and then half a stride back. I still think they just need to probably address the elephant in the room, which is not Modi, but the sub tick or the tick of the server still, and maybe we admit defeat, that actually this sub tick thing isn't the best, and we would just.
I don't know. I mean, they know a lot more about that than I can. I think some people like to get on the high horse about it and talk on the internet like they know what they're talking about. Whereas these guys do it like it's their job and they do it for a living. So I think they kind of know what they're talking about, and I think they will get there with that. To be honest, my biggest gripe at the minute, not that I've come across loads of cheaters, but is the anti-cheat. It's like, come on, guys, sort a proper anti-cheat out. I've not experienced many cheaters, to be honest, but
Yeah,
I
but
know
that's also
people
because
have.
you've not had many games. If you were playing,
So have you?
I don't think so. But again, I'm not playing. I'm playing more than you, but not the. If you're playing 10 games a day, I think then it starts to change, because I think
Yeah.
naturally as well,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Our rank would go up as well the more we play.
Yeah, I'm saying like I think there's people are experiencing it. I'm not, because I don't play a lot. I admit that, but people are experiencing it. So that's what I'm saying. It needs sorting, really.
Yeah,
Like
it's an
even
essential.
without experiencing it, it's still frustrating. Like sort it out.
Well, it is really an essential part of an online game like Counter Strike. So it's as important as a skin. You'd think they'd nail the anti. Well, you wouldn't, because skins make them so much money. But from a gamer's point of view, you'd think they'd fucking nail the anti cheat more than bringing all the skins over from CS:GO, wouldn't you? Really, but That's not what pays the bills. Anti-cheat doesn't pay the bills. If anything, it
Yeah.
makes them more money having a shit anti-cheat, surely. If they get more accounts banned, if they open more accounts, some stupid kid's probably going to buy some skins on his second account. That gets
Yeah, but
banned.
you got to think about how many people don't play the game because of cheaters.
Oh, I don't know. I think if you're a counter striker, it's in you, isn't it? You want to play. Like we would if the what you would stop playing if the cheating you got deemed
If
unacceptable.
cheating, if cheating was ridiculous, yeah, I would stop playing.
Hmm.
I think you would. If every third game you played, someone was cheating, and it's just like, there's no point in us playing.
Right.
You'd probably be like, oh fuck this, I can't be arsed. Like, you know, you've finally got time to put game. You load
Yeah.
up. You finally get in a game. Some guy's cheating. Fuck's sake, you leave. You go in another one. Someone's cheating.
Yeah.
You'd have enough.
So I just fiddled around with the audio settings again because my dials here are suggesting.
I'm loud again.
Yeah, don't do anything drastic. I'm trying to level it out, and it could be all over the show again. So apologies, guys, if there's some back from the break ups and downs there. I did four nailed it before, but anyway, would I stop playing if the cheating situation got out of hand? It's just the game that I load up, though. Do you know what I mean? You just load it up and you play. So maybe, but I agree. I also feel like we're due content now. I feel like it's been. I mean, when did CS2 actually? What was the official CS2 release date?
It was just at the end of summer.
I don't like searching when we do it. 27th of September. Yeah, because it was like 2 weeks after at LAN. So 27th of September. So back end of September. 1, 2, 3. So with 4 months at the end of this month, we've had CS2. I feel like.
When you say you want more content, what do you mean? Do you want like some gun games type?
Yeah, I think it's something. I feel like that's like the easiest solution, just to like keep it a bit fresh at the moment. Like bringing a gun game, bringing retakes. Retakes must be so fucking easy for them to do. I'm not asked about Danger Zone actually. Like if I want to play Battle Royale, play COD or some of the other games that actually, that's what they do. That's what they focus on. I'm not asked about that. Gun game, retakes. Gun game I don't really play, but retakes is very useful. I would like retakes back. I wouldn't be opposed to. I want a map change in the Premier Pool and the Pro Pool, but they won't do that before the Major, so I accept that. But I do want. I'd be up for an operation. Although I can't really remember what the purpose was for operations. What was?
I think they're just focusing on getting the game right, aren't they? Because it's like
I just remember the stupid missions we had to do on the operation. Sorry, I was just thinking out loud. Yeah, they're focused on the game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you just said. Sort all this tick shit out and everything else. So yeah, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to do that, or do you want me to bring out some more fun games?
I don't think it could be that hard to put a little retakes in, could it?
He says.
It's so easy. I can't even put up a TV on a wall, mate, let alone fucking implement a whole new gaming system into a game. Alright. So we've been playing a bit of Counter-Strike. Moans and groans as usual with anything like this. Oh, the one thing that is still prevalent in Counter-Strike that never goes away is the angry team member you get when on round 2 or 3 eco pistol round you don't clutch a 1v4 and they call you dog shit or brain dead on like round 2. That still happens, so that's still good.
Is that your biggest gripe?
That's generally one of my biggest gripes because it happens every game.
I don't mind if they want to be a cunt, because you got to remember most of these people.
Good job, we're not monetized and we don't make any money off this. Go on.
They're probably like 16-year-old kids with a lot of anger issues, still going through puberty or whatever. My biggest problem is when people don't communicate, just fucking talk, or you'll go like half a game, you'll start getting smacked mainly because of comms, and then like 3/4 of the way through, some guy starts using his mic and starts talking.
And he goes,
You're just like, what?
He just says, "Come on, guys," or
let's go, B.
or he goes, or he says something like, "Oh, You need to hold A better or something. I'm not going to do an accent, but you know, it's usually
Do it.
no, usually
Do it.
no. Yeah, you need to hold A better, and you're like, who the fuck is this guy? Where's he been?
Yeah. Yeah, who's that voice?
Yeah, like Dad, what the fuck?
Carrigan.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't be losing if we had him. Okay, so that's current state of Counter Strike and what we've been doing in our Counter Strike casual life.
What's going on right now?
What's going on right now, which I can already tell you've got on because you keep looking over to another screen. I've got it on as well, which is the major qualifiers for the PGL Major in Copenhagen, which is very exciting. Right now, I've got Heroic against Ikla on in the European qualifiers, which, I mean, you just told me that they've already qualified, these guys, right? This is for seeding in the RMRs.
Yeah, this is, I think they're calling it the semi-finals.
But they're both qualified, but it's 15 all, so it's in overtime at the moment.
Yeah.
I only just switched on whilst we were kind of getting ready to record this. But anyway, so that's on. Just quickly rewinding to the start of the week, which was Monday. This is Thursday. We're recording this, and there was loads of issues with the qualifiers. They've got their own anti-cheat in place, so the equivalent of a face it or whatever anti-cheat that they're using. There was loads of problems with that, lots of technical issues of games getting going, which is lots of moans and groans. It's funny because none of that surprises me anymore, that kind of thing. I don't know how you feel, like it's just always everything's just a mess all the time.
I do think I remember towards the end of CSGO, some tournaments would run quite smoothly. I don't know if it's mainly that who's organising it or not, but I imagine with a major on this scale, it is pretty hard to keep running smoothly.
Well, I think with this qualifiers, this is anyone can apply, can't they? So we could. This is the open qualifiers. So literally, you and me could have got a casual team together, 3 of our mates, and applied and had a go. So yeah, it would have been a very short evening for us, but we would have had a go. So there's a lot of teams, there's a lot of games happening. Probably the most active in terms of like structured Counter Strike in the whole of the year. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not surprised there's problems. The more surprising thing. So what did you say to me? Okay, going back on my research here, and I'm going back to my.
I think I was watching a game on Twitch, and I was like, "Where the fuck is this game on HLTV? How do I find out what's on and what's going on?"
That's it. You were moaning about that. At the same time, the day before, I'd seen a tweet by Tommy, Tomi, who some of you might know on Twitter, I don't know, saying Challenger Mode, who are the guys that were putting on, who are Challenger Mode? They're the guys that put together all this closed qualifier. I don't know if they're like some part of PGL. Challenger Mode had the opportunity to build a simple site for the PGL major qualifiers showing all matchups and rosters, and it would likely have driven hundreds of thousands of new users to the platform. Instead, as far as I can tell, there's basically no way to know what is going on outside of the bits and pieces that HLTV chooses to report in their blog. So you're spot on of being one of many people that were just like, what is going on? And I saw Bleed, I think, tweet like, oh, that's us done for the day. We've won like, I want to say 7. I don't know if they said 7 games, but it was like loads of games. And I was like, what? Where's all these games been going on? I didn't even know about any of this. Like, I knew that there was qualifiers, but I just assumed you couldn't watch them. And then it turns out people are streaming it, and it's like, but it's been so poorly put together. And the problem is, after the break we've just had, everyone's gagging to watch some Counter Strike now, right? We would have been well up for watching it if we'd properly followed it. Do you not agree?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, not gonna lie, I'm watching it now.
Yeah, I am.
But yeah, I mean, what would we do without people like Pixel on Twitch?
Well, so my understanding, I watched a bit of Olof's tweet the other stream. I watched the Bleed game where Bleed beat someone. like 13-4. It was a very boring game. It was an Olaf stream, and I really like Olaf.
That was Ikla who were playing against Heroic now and taking them to overtime.
Yeah, and it's 17-15 to Heroic at the moment. But sorry, so I was watching an Olaf Meister stream, and I love Olaf Meister as a player, but it was such a boring stream and watch, man. Bleed won like 13-4, so there's not much you could be doing. But he just commentates, not commentates of, obviously he's not a caster, get it, and so there's the hype and the drama he can't build up, but he just kind of goes, oh, why are they doing that? Like, oh, I wouldn't do that. It's like, okay, cool. So yeah, I think they missed a big trick here with or at least HLT. I don't know if HLTV could have done it, but I guess it's a lot of work for them. But someone kind of setting out a clear, results and fixtures and just making it a lot more engaging.
I know that there is a lot of games, I get that, but come on, like, it can't be that hard. Just to, like Tommy said, just make a simple website. Like, it's not that difficult.
Yeah.
But hey ho, what's been going on anyway? Like, has anything notable been happening during these qualifiers?
I think Cassad's the Bleed, which seems to be the team everyone's talking about at the moment. They've struggled. They're not through yet. I don't know if they've got another chance to try and qualify tomorrow. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, we were trying to figure this out. I heard that they're out already, and to be honest, I don't know why there's so much talk around them. It's just because it's Cassard, let's face it. It's just because it's Cassard, and he's got a big mouth, and he got Hampus. I'm not excited about this team whatsoever. I mean, they've got Cypher, who did okay in the last major just because he literally just runs and guns. Hampus, who I don't really rate that much anyway. I mean, he used to be a pretty decent player. Faven, not a bad player.
Yeah, Faven's good, and Faven was very good before he went to big, wasn't he?
Yeah, but let's face it, this team are not going to be impressing us. They're not like a top 10 team. If they get in the top 10, I would take my hat off to them, and I would say fair play, because you've done well, but I can't see it. Really can't.
Yeah,
they're a young team as well.
Yeah, they feel like another big / gamer legion-y, like floating between 15 to 20, don't they? That's kind of where they feel like.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think
you're not even giving them that.
Nah, I think it's an insult to big. To be honest, I think
maybe
like Preezy. I would say even the Preezy squad before they got broke up were better than these guys.
Yeah, Preezy got to pre now, so they're instantly top tier.
Yeah, you would say so. But yeah, they're not. Why are we talking about them? They're not too much to talk about. I think, yeah, do something and then we'll talk about you.
Okay, well, like you said, Cassad's outspoken, so he's got a lot to say, and I think
it's a big thing for Cassard, and I've got a lot of respect for him because he has got a big mouth. He does talk a lot of shit, and he says people need to do this. And he talks about being a coach quite a lot as well, and what he would do.
Yeah.
So fair play to him, putting his money where his mouth is, and he's putting himself on the line a little bit.
Yeah. Well, he's been a coach before. I think he did pretty good.
Yeah, I think he has done well in the past. But when you're a coach and then you're not a coach and then you start talking shit about everybody else, and then and then you start coaching again, it's like, okay, prove yourself. I think he does have a lot of confidence in himself as a coach, probably because he has done pretty well in the past. So
I generally hope Cypher does well. Like, I think for the sake of us Brits and the excitement of the major, and actually just because we were doing this as well, I feel like the memories I share, it sounds very weird and sentimental actually for someone like me, but I've got a soft spot for all the Into the Breach players, just like because we were doing this, it was like we were well into it, and it's been a shame to see him not perform as well or go to TSM and not do as well. So I am secretly really hoping they do well because I want Cypher to do well.
Yeah,
And anyone that
yeah,
takes their peripherals up in a Tesco bag, come on,
yeah, yeah.
support the
But
damn kid.
yeah, I mean, I want him to do well. I think he was a little bit overhyped in the last major, which I know I've told you before. But he got a lot of hype, and I think he did well. And I was leading the hype train for Into the Breach, but I was a bit surprised at how many people were like after him since then. That major was weird though. It's like the last CS:GO major. It had so much attention, and anyone that did well just got money thrown at them.
Well,
Like quite a few players, and not many have performed like they did at the major.
No, yeah. Who else came out with a team? Paravision, which is Jerry's new team. Patsy and Art Frost have gone there. That's quite. I mean, I'm glad Patsy's going somewhere because I didn't actually think he was that bad at Liquid. And Art Frost obviously was also pretty good on Spirit.
Right.
Just been replaced by bloody Shiro. So what can you do? So yeah, interesting. I actually quite like that team.
Yeah, I imagine that would be a pretty good team. I would say that they're going to be better than
Then Bleed.
Bleed. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, fair
yeah,
enough.
I like that team.
The other thing I had on here is the heroic changes because again I think there might be some overlap from my last podcast, but I can't remember. But we heroic have sorted out all their issues. They've brought Kixon in and Nertz and Nikodos. I think we did speak about this because I seem to remember saying, in my opinion, Nertz comes out. This is the biggest loser of all these changes. But we'll see how they go. We are watching them right now. I think they just won, right? Because I think the next game
Yeah,
is
they won
them
in
against
overtime.
Sinners.
Yeah, they've been doing pretty well.
Yeah, but they've not faced anyone, have they?
No, but they're doing what they should be doing.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do we see top teams kind of struggle against these lower teams? Let's face it, they've just struggled against ICLA, but they smashed every other game pretty much. So yeah, I think they're going to do okay. I mean, they've got Saw as a coach. Nertz, fucking brilliant. The only question marks I really have would be around Kixon, whether he's gonna whether he can in-game lead them.
Oh, I still have a question mark around Tessa's 100%.
I don't know. I think Tessa's he does his job okay. I've kind of given him a hard time in the old heroic, but that was in that squad. I think in this team he can kind of hold his own. I think now they've got a rifler of Nert's caliber, and I know you rate Cadian, and I do as well. I really like him, but Nikodos as an AWPer, I would say maybe slightly better than Cadian as an AWPer, but as an overall player, Cadian's better.
I'm just going to let you have it. Okay, so that's fine.
I know you don't agree, but
I don't want to say anything. It's fine. Okay, well, let's see how heroic get on.
Is Nertz an improvement over Stown?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, well, HLTV wouldn't agree with you.
Yeah, but we're going to come on to that. Anyway, the other thing I did want to mention was Heavy God from Endpoint going to OG, which the only reason OG is a team, I don't know, whatever, but the reason I do mention it is because I feel like I've mentioned this on the podcast a few times. We actually we saw Heavy God and we watched him live with Endpoint.
And he looks like a heavy god.
He does look like a heavy god. He looks like a heavy boy. But also, if I remember rightly, and I've just gone back to check, he wasn't even that. I mean, it was the UK Premier ESL Premiership thing for I don't know what it was, for a spot at qualifiers for Pro League or something, but he didn't even. Yeah, like just looking quickly now. Sorry, in the semi-finals, because I think we watched the semis and the final. So the game to watch, he was like second to third fragging. Like he wasn't even that. He wasn't amazing. It was actually Azuru who was top fragging for them. But I think he's been pretty good for Endpoint over the years, and I think OG like getting Israelis and stuff. So fair play to him. That's a rip for Endpoint. The UK team, that's not good. Yeah, let's see. But I don't think OG are gonna do too much really. If he can perform well, he probably gets picked up by a better team along the lines as well. We did have a nice segue, and then I've interrupted you from what you just said about Nerds compared to Stown. So the HLTV top 20. Okay, everyone's done it, I guess, or we're all having a go at it.
Can I just chip in something I'm just reading quickly before we move off the open qualifiers? So yesterday we were chatting, or last night we were chatting. I was watching a game, Rush B versus Quack Quacks. Why
wouldn't you be watching that game?
Yeah, I was watching Pixel's stream, and we were watching TSM against somebody I can't remember, and he actually stopped his stream halfway through to watch this game because apparently someone was hacking. And this is like 3 rounds into the qualifiers, right? So these whatever teams are left
They've played
have done,
and won.
done pretty well. So apparently there was someone cheating. I've just gone to have a quick look at Endpoint, and I've noticed something here. Rush B will play their round of 32 match following Quack Quack's disqualification.
Okay. Where have you seen this then?
This is on the Endpoint versus Ilin game where Endpoint lost against Ilin. So let's have a quick look. Happened?
Okay, interesting. So you're saying he did get caught cheating?
I don't know. This is what I want to find out. Like, and if they were cheating, then what's going on with the anti-cheats, and yeah, what's going on basically?
And who was it? Was this Pike guy?
They were accusing Pike of cheating, yeah. But then a lot of people were also saying like, "Oh, Rush P are just getting a taste of their own medicine," because a lot of people obviously think
okay, Smooya was tweeting about it as well. Team Quack Quack have an obvious cheater named Pike. Alright, anyway, so it sounds like Quack Quack got found out, or Pike got found out.
Yeah, Smooya tweeted that during the game was still on. So who knows? Because by the time we started watching the stream, a lot of talk was going around on HLTV and everywhere else. So
he probably toned it down a bit.
Yeah,
started missing quite a lot of shots.
Yeah, he was like spamming random walls like to make it look like he wasn't cheating. But
Lord. Okay, well look, let's talk about the top 20. I think there's been lots of other podcasts and talent and stuff talking about it, so we don't need to go into it too much, but it is a bit wild compared to what a lot of people I think have in their top 20, right? I would love to see what the most picked were in the community more than what HLTV is.
Yeah, that would be interesting of way to do it actually, to see what everyone else was picking, because they've got some weird. I've not really looked, but I'm sure they've got some awards for like if you win it. I mean, you're gonna get the top 1, maybe 2, 3, 4. You could maybe get.
Well, who's
outside of the top 5? You're not picking anybody. Like, you're not getting anyone in order anyway.
No, you're not. Who's your top 5? Have you got it up? Have you got yours up?
I can get it up.
I'll tell you mine. Zaru number 1.
Yep.
Rops number 2.
Yeah.
Nico number 3. I've got Yimfat number 4.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. I love Yimfat, man. Then I went Twist
right,
number 5.
My number 4 was Simple.
Yeah.
And my number 5 was Monacy, and we've not seen Monacy on this list yet.
I had Monacy 9
on HLTV. So
he's probably next.
To be honest, I'm not too mad at my picks. I've been picking pretty much everybody that's on that list. The only person that's not on that list that I picked is Flames and Spinks, and I still argue they should make it onto that list.
I had Spinks on mine. I didn't have Flames. Yeah, Spinks is still going to be in there.
But what is um your biggest what do they call it? Biggest gripe with this list up to now?
I don't think I wouldn't have put Hunter in there.
Yeah, that's mine.
Um, that's probably it really. Other than that, I've got a problem with the Abbey as well sometimes because I don't know. I've got him in my list. He's 18th on my list, but I don't feel it sometimes. Do you know what I mean? I feel like he's fucking. Don't know.
Yeah.
That's actually probably one of the closest picks I got.
For me, I would say this year only, right? Blamef has been playing better than Device. Blamef's had a good year.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And he's calling. Device is a better player, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
He is overall. But if you not this year, sorry, last year. If you're talking about last year,
yeah.
Blamef had a good year and was a better player. So it just depends what you're going off. Twist, I would say, is better than Magis, but are they putting Magis higher because
Well, actually, that's probably one of my biggest gripes. Twist being that high up, but I had him a lot top 5. But I also think Frozen. I had Frozen in number 6, so and they put him 12. I didn't put Cadian in. I didn't have Cadian in my list at all.
Yeah, I had Cadian higher because he had a pretty good year until the end of it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
The rest of his year was good, and I had him a lot higher than they've got him, and he had a good year. Like, he won a lot. He was there in everything, involved in everything, and then at the end of the year, yeah, he got a bit shit. But he was in-game leading and AWPer for literally the best team in the world at some point. They were ranked number 1.
Yeah.
And they've got him at 18th. I would have put him higher.
Yeah, well, I'm interested to see what the next 3 are.
I mean,
top 1 and 2, I don't think so.
They put some bias at 6th, and I had him at 7th. So that was a close one.
I had him at 11. We're just gonna keep this. Let's not keep doing this. We'll be here all day, won't we?
Elige, I've got on there as well.
I've got Elige.
Elige.
No, I don't think he'll be in there.
He's had a good year, but was it a good?
It was CS2 centric, wasn't it?
Yeah, second half to the year he was pretty good. So you're hoping the next 5 will be Zywoo's number 1, we know that. Rob's is probably number 2. That's pretty much guaranteed. Who's your 3, 4, and 5 again?
Nico, Yimfat, and Twists.
Right, that's pretty mad.
It is.
So I've got Nico at 3, Simple at 4. They've already got Simple, so that's not going to be there. Monacy at 5, and Nertz. Nertz is my number 6. Sorry.
Yeah, that's that. Yours is.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't really put much time or thought into this. It was a little bit like you just texted me saying, "Have you done it?" And I was just like, "Oh, I'll do it quick." But yeah, Zywoo, Robson, Nico are definitely going to be in there. Monacy's going to be in there, surely. Yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
Yimfat's just not made the top 20. I don't even know what you were smoking when you made your list.
He's just sick, though, isn't he?
Yimfat!
Oh, little Jimmy, man. Fucking legend.
What a guy.
Alright, well, let's see how it pans out. But yeah, a very near impossible task to get.
Oh, James?
I put him in at like 15th or something.
They've not got him in the list.
No, I don't think he comes in, but hey.
Is Donk going to be in their list?
Mate, he should.
This is his, what do you call it, like opening year?
His rookie year.
Yeah, this is his year, like he's been noticed. I mean, he's been playing a while, right? But he's only 16, so this is the year where he's really put his name on the map. Or last year, should I say? I keep saying this year.
Let's see. So,
I'm not super mad about the list, though.
No, I don't. Well,
only one I'm a little bit like is Hunter. Is a little bit. Hunter at 13, really? Is Hunter better than Nertz?
Yeah, no, definitely not. Not had a better year either.
or Twists, or Queserado, or Plymouth. Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway, let's start drawing this to a close, and I think it would be good to what are we most excited about for this year? Then who are we most excited about for this year? I put on my notes like predictions. I don't think we could go predictions, but right, who are you most excited to see the team wise? Like,
I think we should. Maybe we can just throw some predictions out there. People can call us stupid, whatever they like. But
okay, fine. Let's do that. Aim to
so
get called stupid.
let's throw like a hot take out. Like, let's not do something boring. Like, oh, I think Vitality are going to do really well.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Um, Team Liquid, I'm excited for.
Same, definitely. There's two on my mind that, and Liquid's one. And okay, so how about this? Liquid and Spirit will win at least one trophy each this year. Proper event.
One trophy each.
Yeah, we'll win a proper event. I don't know what I mean by proper event. You know, like a major. I mean,
like a tier 1 event.
Yeah, like a LAN event, a good LAN event. Yeah, Pro League maybe, and a Katowice or something. I don't know. So
I think that is ballsy.
Liquid and Spirit.
I wanted to say something about Simple. What's Simple gonna do with his life? Can't see. No one. If I look at the top now, I'm like, yeah, you boys aren't doing anything like outside of FaZe and Vitality. Falcons, I can't see doing much either.
Okay.
I might be with you on the Spirit hype, you know.
The Spirit.
Yeah. I think Astralis will win a big trophy. I don't, but I'm just gonna say that anyway.
You're just hoping.
Nah, just because they're the bad boys, aren't they? They're like the evil team.
Hot take. There's going to be drama this year, and Astralis will be involved somehow.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen. No, I think for me, it's Liquid and Spirit, the two teams I'm just most excited to see. The Falcons as well a bit, I guess, but I kind of just think that's probably just going to be good. Like, Falcons are just going to be good. So I don't know. Let's see. But Liquid and Spirit for me, they're my two most exciting teams.
Falcons for me, it's going to lie a lot on Boros. How well Boros does as a rifler. I think Snappy's going to be a great in-game leader. Magis is going to play his role phenomenally. Pius is going to be a good AWPer. If Boros can rifle well, they're going to do really good.
Okay. All right, fine. I think they're a top 5 team. Yeah, easy. I do think that they should be there. But right, well, look, let's round that up. It's been a good first sesh back. And again, guys, if you don't follow us on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube's. If you could subscribe to us on YouTube and you listen on Spotify, vice versa, that'd be really helpful. Would be great to get a few more numbers on everything, and any feedback as well. If you want to tell us we're stupid, if you want to tell us that you hate my pink hoodie, we're here to listen. We're here to listen for suggestions as well. If there's anything you want us to talk about, if you've got questions, let us know. We're still learning at this. We're still new, and we are casual. But I think on that note, unless you've got anything else to add, Brady, or...
No, good, mate. I agree, yeah. If anyone's got any topics they want us to hit, because that's always useful if someone says, I want to hear less about the pro scene and more about yourselves or just the game in general. You know, that's always good, hearing what people want to hear.
Yep, absolutely. And if you want to play some games, also message me. Right. Peace out.
Bye.
Up, down.